On your screen is what the internet, the world, would have you believe is the typical polyamorous relationship. This is the typical polyamorous relationship. It is almost always one extremely unattractive woman and a bunch of extremely unattractive guys. One more word. I actually forgot to get to this. One more word about polyamorous relationships and the misconceptions. There is a misconception that polyamorous relationships are normally between a bunch of attractive people, right? I think sometimes they call these people swingers, whatever the case may be. And if they're swingers, they obviously just call themselves swingers, right? If they're swingers, that's just what it is. Hey, we're swingers. We like to swing, blah, 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 blah. This is just what they do. They're swingers. Now, swingers are usually pretty attractive people. Swingers are usually very, very attractive people. It's because they obviously have a high sexual standard. If you're going to swing with another couple, that couple needs to be attractive. Well, that is not the same, in theory, as polyamorous relationships. You see, the world would have you believe that polyamorous relationships look a little something like this, right? Attractive guy, he's in bed with 3 women, they're all attractive. This is what the world would have you believe is the typical polyamorous relationship. But in the real world, this is what they really look like. Okay, that's what a real polyamorous relationship looks like. Okay, this right here, this is not polyamory. Okay, that's not polyamory. That's a harem. Okay, that is a harem. That is not polyamory. You Google polyamory and Google tells you that polyamorous couples are all attractive. No, dude, 11 times out of 10, anytime. Here, I'll give you 2 statistics, and this is not based on anything. This is just based on fact. I just know this to be fact. 11 out of 10 relationships that are polyamorous, it is always the woman sleeping with a bunch of guys. It is always the woman sleeping with a bunch of guys. A man who is in relationships with multiple women, that's not polyamory. That is a harem. And the reason for this is because it's never the guy who suggests that he open the relationship. Guys never suggest, hey, let's have an open relationship. No, guys will just go out and smash other chicks. Listen, man, we don't want to, listen, I'm not trying to share my girl with anybody, right? I'm not trying to share her with anybody. Just go out and smash other chicks. That's what men do. Men, listen, I've never heard of any man, hey, let's open up the relationship. Dude, if you suggest to your girlfriend or your wife, hey, let's open up the relationship, she's going to tell you, hell no. Hell no. But then she might think, okay, well, if he wants to have an open relationship, clearly there are other females that are attracted to him. Pre-selection, post-selection, we know all about that. But if you, listen, I have rarely heard of a man, if ever, suggesting an open relationship or a polyamorous relationship. No, 11 times out of 10. Dude, 15 times out of 10. It is always, in this country, it is always the woman. Now, a lot of people say, well, if polyamorous relationships is the answer to the age-old question, well, if you don't want to be with your husband anymore, why cheat? Just leave. Well, women don't want to leave. They don't want to leave that relationship. Why? They're taken care of financially, right? This is why women cheat. If she's not in love with her husband anymore, she cheats. She cheats because she wants the side sausage, but she still wants the house and 3 kids and soccer practice and all of that fun stuff, right? Only when she gets to a certain threshold where she actually starts to fall for the guy she's banging, only then will she actually file for the divorce. But the reason why women cheat is because they no longer love or care for their husbands, at least not in that way. Well, women predictably figured out, okay, I don't want to get shamed for divorcing my husband, so hey, I know what we can do. Let's have an open relationship. Let's have an open relationship. And get this, women with attractive husbands never suggest, let's have an open relationship. Would you like to know why? because they know the husband would get other chicks. When women who ask their husbands to have open relationships are simply asking for permission to cheat. Well, what's the problem? He can sleep with other women too. He could, but he's not. Because if you knew that he could smash chicks other than you would not have suggested an open relationship. No way. Well, I mean, he can't. No, listen, he can, but he is not. He is not. And the husband always reluctantly goes along with it because he's afraid he's going to lose his woman. Little does he know he's going to end up losing his woman anyway. The day your wife asks you to open your relationship, hire a lawyer. Hire a lawyer. Hire a lawyer and hope that you can come out of there with at least your dignity and your pride. But yes, on your screen is what the internet, the world, would have you believe is the typical polyamorous relationship. This is the typical polyamorous relationship. It is almost always one extremely unattractive woman and a bunch of extremely unattractive guys. Devin always says there are no such things as lipstick snazebells. Spelled backwards. Snabecell. Spelled backwards. No such thing. Women who are switch hitters, right? Women who are extremely happy, if you know what I mean, who play for their same team, if you guys are getting my meaning, are almost always unattractive. There's no such thing as a 9 or a 10 who swings that way. Not even close. They are always strictly sausagely. Now, they might go through a phase where they'll do some same type dating, trying to keep it clean. Right? They'll have a tryst or two. They might perform a couple of acts in a menage a trois. But outside of that, hot chicks are smashing dudes. Right? They're smashing dudes. Well, women who come out as snabecells, usually pretty unattractive. They are snabecells because they have to be. And I don't blame them, man. Like, you have to find love from somebody. If you're the type of woman who's almost nobody's type, then yeah, why not? Well, it's the same as what you guys are seeing on your screen. It is the same as what you are seeing on your screen. These guys, honestly, these guys look like incels. They really, really do. She's no prize either, but look at her. She's happy as a clam. She is having unprotected relations with all 4 of these men. I actually pulled this picture from a story. This woman is actually pregnant, and she doesn't know who the father is, and she is just so excited to see who the father is. And in the article, all 4 of them are like, I know it's me. Ay. This right here is what polyamorous relationships look like. Guys, this is what they look like. It is usually one unattractive female surrounded by a bunch of unattractive men. That's what it comes down to. And if a woman has an attractive husband or an attractive boyfriend, ain't no way she is suggesting opening the marriage or becoming polyamorous. No way. Get thousands of hours of content not found anywhere on patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe. Link in description.